I am logging on finally after work. Long day of work, pretty much. Um, Basically, as most of you guys already know, the event has already started for the breeding event. So basically, I actually wanted to help out some of my team members on giving them some pointers on what they can do in order to save up, or not really save up, but to get the dragons that they want, and just pretty much to go up a little bit further from there, I guess. So basically, the first thing you got to know is really you got to save your dragons. I mean, save your egg tokens, pretty much. These right here, you got to save as many egg tokens as you can um, throughout the whole month, I guess, or throughout the whole time that we're not in a breeding event, or it's not breeding season, pretty much. Um, Let me try to get some stuff up here real quick. Alright. So yeah, so basically you want to save as many egg tokens as you can. I know it's hard to save them up because you really want to spend them and try to incubate or breed more dragons. But the best option is just to hold on to them, because that way, whenever we come into the breeding event, you can see over here that you have, other than the on the rank tab, you have other than teammate contributions and my rank and all that, you also have my achievements, right? So in my achievements, it gives you pretty much for whenever you pass different stages, you're going to be getting different awards. So basically, the first stage, after you spent 25 times of 20 egg tokens, you'll get 74 rubies and 37 more egg tokens. So basically, each time you pass each step, you'll be able to claim that prize, pretty much. So here on the bottom, you see 42 points to go. I gotta spend 42 more times, 20 tokens each, in order to get 154 rubies and 77 egg tokens, pretty much. So this is just useful. That's why you save up your tokens, so that way you can get more prizes or whatever. And it also helps out with your team contribution, and ultimately on your team rank for your team, obviously. See if you can best the more your team has, obviously, the more egg tokens and more better prices you're gonna get here on the right side. So basically, the next thing you want to do is you want to see what kind of dragons you want. In my case, so we're gonna take me as an example. So you want to see what dragons you want, then you got to see what dragons you need to breed those, and then you're ultimately going to be going slowly throughout those. So throughout the whole research that I've done, it seems that I want to get my ultimate goal, at least for now. This is like a long-term goal, but not my ultimate goal, because obviously there's better dragons. But from what I've read and what research I've done, this right here, Amarok, is pretty much the dragon that I want to get quick. So basically, what I researched on, there's also a website that you guys can go on. It's called, let me get it up here on the screen for you guys. This one right here, amoebastudios.com, I guess. That's how you spell it, or you could just Google. What I Googled was Amoeba's breeding matrix site. You just click that, and then it'll pretty much give you the first one that shows up. That's going to be it. So what you do here is pretty much, let's see where it pops up. The actual website, it's this one right here. It'll pop you up to this, and pretty much all you do is you just kind of see what kind of dragon you want, right? So in this case, what I'm trying to get, like I showed you here on the game, I'm trying to shoot for Amarok, correct? So in order to get Amarok, I'm just going to put his name in here, breed, and it's going to give me all the different possibilities that I can use in order to get Amarok, right? So on the left two columns, you're going to have the parent 1 and parent 2, and then on the middle columns, I guess, you could see the type of childs that they get, the type of children that they get, and then on the very last column, you're going to see how many tokens it takes to get Amarok from those two parents. So obviously there's like, for the least amount of tokens is going to give you a green dragon if, which I do not have. I've already done some math, and to get if I need some other dragons, and orange and green, or so on and so on and so on. And if I keep going, I'm going to get to a point too where I'm going to need a dragon to breed a dragon that takes 110,000 tokens. So I'm definitely not going to go that route. I'm going to go the more sure route. So like, let's say here, Lumen, you also need 1,300. This is probably going to be too small for you guys to see it on the screen, but here, this one, it takes 1,300 tokens, but you need Baldur, which probably most people have in blue, and Lumen, which if you try to get Lumen, it's also, you're going to hit a dragon where it takes 100,000 tokens to get them. So the best route that I figured out was to go all the way down here, get two dragons I already have, which in this case it's Etzel and Baldur, or Baldur and Viscus. So basically I'm like, okay, so I mean, I don't have these dragons yet, but I figured, okay, these two blue dragons are pretty much the easiest route to go. Obviously you're gonna need 60,000 tokens. But that's really no big deal. As you can see, this whole left-right column, almost every single option you have is pretty much 60,000 tokens, other than the ones that I already mentioned, where you're going to need either Lumen or If. And Lumen or If is going to take you through a route of dragons where you're probably going to need a dragon that's 110,000 in order to breed it. So, like I said, that's the best route that I found, in my opinion, starting from the bottom. So basically that's what I did. So if I go back to the game, here you'll be able to see that, let me see, yeah, so you'll be able to see that I have, so I don't have, yeah, so I need Baldur, which is right here. I do not have Baldur. I'm going to need also Viscus, supposedly. That's what I need in order to get those 60,000 tokens for Amarok. So basically what I'm going to do is also go back to the website, see what I need. So as you can see, in blue I still need Baldur, Bolt, Viscus, and Etzel, correct? So I'm going to go back to the website and I'm going to see, okay, so I'm going to need Baldur. Let's see what's the best option to get Baldur, right? And obviously for each one of you guys, it's going to be a different route that you guys are going to take to get a different dragon. So Baldur, here you can see that you got a bunch of 100%, 95%, 97%, but all of this mostly takes green and orange dragons, green, orange, gold dragons that you pretty much don't have. So you're just going to go scroll down on Parent 2. Parent 2 is usually going to be the higher dragon. So you're going to go all the way down until you see either blue, red, or purple, whatever you have, right? So here's the first one that I can find. I don't have Viscus, like I mentioned before, so I'm going to keep scrolling down. Because this one I need Viscus and Gog. I don't have Viscus. I'm going to keep scrolling down. Here's another blue. It's Etzel. I don't have Etzel, so I'm going to keep scrolling down until I get this one. Okay, Vizier. I have Ynnari, yes, and I do have Vizier. So it'll give me a Vladimir, Ynnari, a Baldur, a Vizier, and an Etzel. So, like I mentioned before, I don't have two of these 5 dragons that is giving me right here, and it only takes 1,428 to get a Baldur, so that's okay. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Then here I went to Vizier. I do have Vizier, and it gives me a Kelsis. So this one, for these two parents, is going to give me 5 dragons as well, but it's only going to give me 1 Baldur that I don't have. So that's fine. I'm going to keep going down. Just this, like I said, this is going to be it's going to be different for each one of you guys. Okay, Cobalt. I do have Cobalt and I do have Gog, but this one only gives me 1 Okay, this one gives me Baldar 7% and Viscous. It only takes 1,400 tokens to pretty much get those 2 dragons, and that's getting me 2 dragons out of the 4 that I don't have in blue. So that's a better option. You keep scrolling down. So anyways, I'm going to just cut to the chase, and I'm going to go to the one that I thought was the best for my case. Here we go. So parent 1 is going to be Chromon, parent 2 is going to be Ynnari. So if I go back to the game, so this one's going to give me, so actually I'll just show you here. So if I go back to the game, I'm going to go and choose Chromon on this side. And I'm going to try to get Ynnari. Here we go, Ynnari. Alright, so basically this one, with these 3 options, with these 2 dragons, I'm going to actually get the option to get Baldar at 7%, which is going to take 1,428 tokens. It's also going to give me Bolt with 4% and Viscous with 4%. So basically, obviously, it's not going to give me all 3 right away, but it's going to, as by the time that I'm done getting Baldar with these 428, I can guarantee you that you're going to need no more than 600 tokens to finish getting Boltor and, Bolt or Viscous. Pretty much. So that's a good way. That's a good route to go. So I figured. So I already did that. I'm gonna go back to the game. So you can see that these last 3 out of the whole 6 eggs here, you can see that it gave me, because I already did it. I did it earlier today at work. I couldn't resist. The breeding event started, so I couldn't wait to come home and do the stream. So I went ahead and got all 3 of them, which it went pretty well. I already got all 3. I started incubating one of them. And okay, so I'll tell you what actually happened in my case. I went and I immediately got Baldar right away, and then I got Viscous, but then I still had a little bit to go for Bolt. So I went back to the website and looked for what I could get for Bolt and what was the best option. Because you're looking at, if you go back here and you only need Bolt, you're looking at 1 dragon, 1 egg out of 6. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get. So I just figured go back to over here, see what's the best option. And anyways, I can't, let's see, if I scroll down, I can't remember what it was. I think it was, here we go, this one. It was a Ynnari plus a Cobalt. The reason why, so let's see, Ynnari's already chosen. Let's choose Cobalt over here. So the reason why I chose these 2 was because by the time that I finish, it gives me a 5% on Bolt. But that's okay because that's 1 dragon. So you can see on, sorry, let's put it on the game. So here I went to Ynnari and Cobalt. So you can see that I only needed, well, who was it? I only needed Bolt, right? So that was a rare dragon, which is a 2nd egg fragment that you see on here out of the list. But it also gave me the opportunity to get 2 orange dragons. So if I go to the website, it shows me right here, I have an opportunity to get a 10% of Volos and a 7% of Hydron, right? And I didn't, and don't even look at this, because remember I had already spent 1,400 tokens on the previous pair with Chromon and Ynnari. So basically it didn't take me 3,200 to get Bolt, because Bolt was already like halfway there. Not more than halfway. So it didn't even take me those 3,200. But anyways, the possibility of getting 2 orange dragons, which was Hydron, which I've read that it's a pretty good dragon, and also Volos. So I figured, okay, whatever. So while I'm getting Bolt, I actually also got Volos, and I got 10 fragments out of the 48 for who was this one, for Hydron? Yeah, for Hydron. So clearly you can see that, as you're trying to get something, you're also going to be getting something else. So pretty much that's a good way to do it, pretty much. Let's see, so I'm incubating my dragons. I am going to use the some timers